Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. All you earthlings out there. Um, I'm glad to be here, and I'm here to bring you a 707 reading Spiritual Foundation Wrapped in Infinity. Love forever. The highest consciousness that we can achieve on this planet is unconditional love. And when you have unconditional love for yourself, and you love yourself, and you treat yourself good, and you talk to yourself good, then you love everybody. We have innocence today. Innocence. The child within, looking and finding that little girl that you used to be. And immediately I thought of my best friend Tiny from when we were little, 7, 8, 9. Just to remember back when you used to ride your bike and the wind blowing through your hair and life was good and there was no past. We didn't think about a past. There was no past. All we had was future. And that is where we want to come to today. We want to be brand new, like a child, innocent, with no past. So, and that gives us nothing to think about but a future, right? And anything is possible. When you were 8, 9, 10, everything was possible. And we were going to do it, right? Earthlings, Earth family, we're all family, no matter who we are, no matter the color, creed, we're all family, one way or another. And when I remember back to my childhood and the best days I ever had in my life, it seemed like everybody was family then. You never really met strangers. It was just, you smiled and waved and everybody was, it was just, you didn't fear. Your children played out in the yard. They went to the park. They played in the woods. They were, your kids could be gone all day and you knew they'd be home in the evening safe. That was our childhood. I'm now 61 years old. And in 60 years, we have went from a place, that's not so much like that. Kind of like we're stuck. That's what this means, stuck. And we have been thinking, I know all of us think about it. Those of us who are in our middle years probably don't have a whole lot of time to think about it because you're working a lot and, you've got a lot of stress, and I know that. This says this, you're stuck, you got to pay the babysitter, you got to pay the rent, you got to pay the bills. It's not easy to pay a whole lot of attention what's going on around you when your focus is constantly on living and surviving, which, has been the way of life for a long, long time. That's the way we come into America was we work, because we got to be the best we could be. And then we made it to the best we could be. And the corporations and everybody made money. But the thing is that they forgot that all the resources that they used to be the best they could be belong to all of us, to a cups. All of us, Two of Cups is a celebration, love, coming together, uh, bringing all you got to the show. And this Two of Cups says that, all the resources on this planet that were stacked up and then begin to be hoarded, begin to take more than their fair share and to put big prices on us for rent and groceries and just basic daily living and survival. This was an overburden to us. The wheel, the wheel of fortune can be two ways. You know, we can either be on top of the Wheel of Fortune or we could be on the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune. And right now, a lot of us have, you know, when it comes to material things, we have been left on the bottom. A lot of people have to work very, very hard. A lot of people are not able to get their children the best education that they can possibly bring to their children to make their future better, that they might go on around and come up on this wheel, right? But it ain't like that anymore. We don't get to put away money for education, and we don't get to put up, you know, a safety net that, you know, in 25 years that you can retire and travel and go and do all those things that, you know, the earth provides, you know, beautiful sights, historical things that we would like to be able to travel and go and see. It would be a good fortune to go to Greece and Egypt for our children and us. That's an education. But they give us an education that isn't all that great. And so as we look towards the future, which is really what I want to do, we know what is in the past. You know, we know that it's been unbalanced. You know, we're kind of like, you know, if you ain't up in the higher income bracket, you're struggling to get everything paid for, and you're stressed out to make sure your children are cared for and your grandchildren and the future. In fact, a lot of people don't even, they're wondering if there even is a future, but there is. We're changing. All this chaos is changing, and we are waking up to truth. And the truth is going back to innocence and childhood. Whereas what I'm trying to say is there are plenty of resources on this planet that everybody, every child born should be guaranteed a home. Every child born should be guaranteed an education. All parents should not have to work no longer than 4 hours a day and make a sustainable income that they can put away to take their children on historical sites like Egypt, or go and see the great waterfalls, or to go to the Amazon jungle and do a tour. You know, these are things that everybody should get to experience while we're on this planet. Now, myself, I've walked all over America. I've been everywhere, you know, in the United States. I'm very happy with my progress education, even though I educated myself through a dictionary, because I only went to the 7th grade, and I'm pretty proud of that. I took things and matters into my own hands, and I think that education that I gave to myself by letting my own spirit guide me to my education helped me to come up with these views that I have, whereas I feel like the earth belongs to all of us earthlings, and we are here to experience the vibration of having a spirit living in a flesh and body. And those experiences, it should include education. And we should not have to fear while we're on this earth if we can pay our bills or not. We should know that all the bills and all of our basic needs are taken care of, as a house, just like the birds get to build them a house anywhere, or a raccoon lives wherever it will. The best education, the best medical, and then a 4-hour workday, because this gives us a time to play. Yay, look. Now I think that's a 4 of Wands. It is a celebration. Do you see? A 4, it's a 4 too. A 4-hour workday would be a celebration for the mothers and fathers, a 4-hour school day for our children, to where our families can be learning to come back together again, have a meal together, talk together, learning to do things like hobbies and self-development into being a higher level being. this would enable people to calm down and find peace in their life. Yes, a celebrated 4-hour workday is what this country needs. And also to believe again that peace on earth and goodwill to life is the way to live in truth and authenticity. And we come back to innocence. It would be such a big difference in everybody's life if everyone knew all was going to be okay and they could take care of their families and go on vacations and have time to rest in the backyard, just like the commercials show. Yeah, they show that, don't they? Yeah, yeah. Now, everybody works hard. I know you do. You got 8, 12 hours a day of work. How do you find your child, your inner child, the love of everything? Which, you remember when you were a child, you love everything. But most get up and they're upset because they even have to put their feet on the floor because the day is so damn dreadful. Page of Wands. This is how you want to wake up in the morning. You want to wake up with inspiration, spontaneity, ready to play. Whoa, I'm going to go up here and do what I got to do for my daily bread, my job. I'm going to give my 4 hours to the world. And then after those 4 hours, I've got 16, 17, 18 hours left, 19, 20, to give to my children. And 9 of those should be for sleeping and resting. So yeah, hey, we did not come here to be slaves and to work our heinies off. We need time to celebrate and play and travel with our children. Now that's on a lighter note, right? We want to not be stuck. Wouldn't you love to go to Greece and Egypt once a year, a 4-week vacation to take your children to explore the ancient history of our earth? Come on, people. We deserve better than what we've gotten. King of Swords, truth is being told to you right now. God is telling you the truth, and that's what this message is. This message is from God to let you know how much you are loved and how much more value you have in getting these experiences, which lifts your spirit and soul and teaches your children beautiful things about everybody around the country and the world. Myself, I would love to go to Bangladesh. I would love to go to some of the oldest spiritual places, Stonehenge. I'll never be able to experience these things in this lifetime. No. Those things are left for the 1%ers, the ones that can go on a vacation for a month and not just experience a good time, but literally experience the nostalgia, the ambiance, to get to know people, to go down into the ruts of the cities and the countries and find the locals who have history from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years back. They carry their ancestors in their spirits and the things they can tell us and talk about that, we have no idea about, that would just give us shivers in our bones, right? We deserve to do this. Not every day should you have to get up and be like, oh God, another dreaded day. It should be like, whoa, I'm coming, world. Where are we going today? What is the day? I owe the world 4 hours. I'm going to go pay my dues to the world. And then I'm going to go home. Me and my family got things planned, or I've got classes, or I'm going to learn, or I'm going to do yoga, or, I'm going to go swimming. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. And I'm going to grow from it. And I'm going to feel abundant. And I'm going to feel positive. Now, what I'm talking about are possibilities of the future that we could leave our children, the ideas that we can plant within our children, that we are all earthlings and the resources of the earth belong to the children of men, and we are all children and we are all earthlings, right? So therefore the resources are as much ours as they are anybody's. Who said, where along the line did anybody get an ownership? Where? Who gave them the paperwork that said you own this? There was nobody here to do that. Nobody said this is yours and you own it. That started somewhere, I think, like somebody said they promised Israel, this is your land and you own this. No, we're not supposed to have attachments to things. This is God's land. This land belongs to the planet Earth. Ain't none of us own none of this. We don't take none of this with us, so then therefore we can't own it. Sixth of Earth. We know what this is. This is giving and taking. This is the Mother Earth telling us that nobody owns anything. The give and take is between us. Yeah. Giving and taking, reciprocity. And I'm going to read from the book because this is such a beautiful picture and it just says everything about what I was saying. The earth belongs to all of us and we all should give and take, and the resources and the scientific discoveries that we have on this planet at this time make it possible where nobody should have to do without. You should have all your basic food needs covered. You should have your home covered, your insurance covered, and then, your education, the best covered for all the family to whatever education they want. And as you can see, the world would still work as it does, but it just needs to be rearranged a little bit. And then that 4 hours a day, money, cash, or whatever would go into your fund, however it would work, for travel, for vacations, for extras, right? But the basic needs are paid for. And this is how we should live on this planet, to where we all are covered. We all get a great education. We all get to experience new things. Egypt, Greece, the Amazon, the people that are from these places, to meet and greet and love and move through. And that would bring back the innocence of our life, our love. We would begin to feel good again. We would expect good again. What am I talking about? I'm talking about possibilities, but this lady says it is possible. The Empress. And you guys can rise up to this Empress. And when we reach our Empress status, we begin to stand up for ourselves and our children because we know our value. We know why we're here. We're here to experience good things, not bad. This Mother Earth planet gives nothing but good, and she never said anybody could own it. Nobody owns it. We're supposed to share all these resources that are on this planet. Nobody should be homeless. Nobody should be sick. Nobody should be dealing with classes. There should be no top class, middle class, lower class, and fall in the whole class, the shithole class, right? No, those things shouldn't be happening. And so I'm calling out to all generations to think about what the message God is sending to you today. In order to get back to your innocence, you got to be inspired by truth, and you need to know your value, that you deserve to receive as much as you give. That's what this is, receiving and giving. Six of Earth. And Mother Earth says, that must be a reindeer. I don't know. But she says that you deserve your inheritance while you're living on this planet. And that would only make sense, right? I mean, really think about it. Why would God send you here to serve somebody else, to die and go back to heaven again and then come back again to serve somebody else? No. We're here to serve the greater good. And the greater good is to bring everybody into their earthly inheritance, which would be heaven here on earth. One more card. Messenger of water. This is close to being the Holy Grail of love from God. She's bringing you the message that God loves you and that you deserve your part in this world. And we don't have to go to war for it. We just got to draw up a social contract. We got to stand together as one, and we got to get the word out there. Will it be in this lifetime? I hope so. But hopefully for our children and the children to come, because we will begin to take better care of our resources. We will watch over things better. It's like tightening up a good, giving the world a good house cleaning. Tighten up the ship. Tighten up the ship, right? Yeah, we want to bring better things into this world for our children. We do not want to leave this place like this. We want to tighten up the ship. Seven of Scrolls, we have to tighten up the ship. Seven of Scrolls is somewhat of a deception. We have been deceived. They've stolen from us our security. They've stolen from our children a good education and experiences in life. We've got more homeless children now than we've ever had before, and it's not going to get any better. It's time to stand up for what's right. The truth is that the resources of the earth belong to the children of men, and we are all earthlings, and we are all children of men. So let us begin to see the truth of what God really gave. Do you really think that God said they could put a fence around everything and claim it as their own and charge us a price for it and then make us work so that we could pay the price for it? Come on. It's a double deal. Let us think about these things. Let's not go to war. Let's not get angry. Let's look for the truth that is hidden behind the illusion that we've been fed. I love you guys. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. God bless you with truth.